everyone. Wanted to present Miss Jessica Gould, who has her own consulting company. Really impressive. Kindly walk me through this. I'm a 60-year-old parent of a disabled child who's 40. What kinds of things can impact my child's life? You talked about physical access there with doors. Are there other aspects of my daughter's or son's life that you can impact with the work that you do?
Well, yes, because if you're a 6-year-old mother and you have a son or daughter who's 40 living with you,
Yes.
one of the first things that comes to their mind is the living space, the services provided, etc. All of these things are accessible and available to a person. Most people don't know how to go about asking the existing systems. They don't realize that it's not just immediately coming to the home and assisting. You can literally sit down and say, I want this in my life. And it is the job of the organizations, such as the regional centers, to say, okay, Ms. Smith, or they're going to be idealistically, hopefully, talking to the person impacted. Let's get you started on this journey.
That's wonderful. Jessica, you're actually opening doors for people who might not be aware that this exists. I'm still going to go back to the I am a 60-year-old mother. You're telling me, Ms. Jessica, that I can reach out to organizations and ask for help in caring for my son, maybe?
Yes, there are pre-qualifiers for these organizations, but usually those are done by the age of 3 years old. So by the time the person is 40 years old, they already know they are, for example, a regional center client.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they're not a regional center client and they walk into a center, the center does have a semi-obligation to guide you to somewhere that can assist you.
That's wonderful. And you're talking about an all-encompassing set of help. You're talking about physical stuff, maybe looking for jobs if my son or daughter is capable of doing that.
Yes.
Would that also cover socialization of my son or daughter?
Yes. It all comes back to diagnostics in initial diagnosis, but yes, potentially.
Excellent. And Jessica, if I was to approach you, 60-year-old mom, my son or daughter's living with me, I'm not getting any younger. How can we work together? How can you help me?
My first question to you
Mm-hmm.
would be, what, if any, services are you receiving? If your answer is the worst case scenario, which is none, my goal, and I've done this for children, but I would